Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great honor for our club, and I would like to thank you all on behalf of Prince Albert II, our president. I hope you enjoy the evening, and we'll have now Charlie Webster come over, the MC for the night. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Good evening, everyone. Bonsoir e buonasera a tutti. Apologies, the rest is in English. I am English. Well, welcome to the rooftop of the Yacht Club de Monaco. What an absolutely beautiful, stunning setting for this evening. And it was designed by Lord Norman Foster. Well, I'm very pleased to be here. And after the America's Cup 36 Overture, I'm very pleased that we have so many different announcements for you this evening, culminating in the grand reveal of the Challenger Selection Series, the Prada Cup, which will be revealed later on. So let's move on then, because the ultimate prize for the America's Cup and for the Challengers is to win the America's Cup. But to do that, they must win the Prada Cup, and only then can they take on the defenders Emirates Team New Zealand. Tonight also marks the late closure of the late entry. We just have a few hours left to see if any other challengers are going to come on board. And then we'll have the full list of the America's Cup 36 edition with its 167-year history. So without further ado, I would like to give you our very first announcement. So we all know that the Prada Cup Series and the America's Cup will be in Auckland in New Zealand in 2021, but the action starts in 2019 and 2020, because over the next 2 years, you're going to see some fantastic racing in a variety of different countries. So that gives the teams a chance to get to grips with the new AC75 class and also compete against each other. So it's a very privilege for me to be stood on stage to announce the first venue for the America's Cup World Series. Please take a look.
Their speed is outstanding, 100% of the time up on the foil. The America's Cup wrestled from the USA by Burling's Men in Black. The trophy belongs to New Zealand.
Pure drag race. Oh, there's a collision, a big collision.
Oh, that's taking a terrible nosedive. Oh my goodness me.
Wow, that just happened really fast.
So please do put your hands together, because all the way from Sardinia, we do have Barbara Agiolas, who's a councillor for tourism for Autonomous Region of Sardinia, and also Mauro Cadoni, also from the region of Sardinia. Here they are. Do you mind standing this side of me, sorry. And also, finally, the president of Dinamo Sassari Basketball Club, Stefano Sardara. Thank you very much, Barbara. But yeah, because we have like a hologram show going on here, so we have to give it this side. So Barbara, what's it mean for Sardinia to be the first venue of the America's Cup World Series?
So I'm very happy to be here on the stage this evening with us, with you. And I'm very proud to say that region of Sardinia is happy to host in 2019 the Prada Cup. For us, it's very important because we are ready. We are ready to say welcome you, your teams, your people, your press. And the people of Sardinia is happy to host a very special event like this. So we are waiting for you.
Thank you. Now, I think the real heroes of the Prada Cup are the challengers. As I said, we only have a few hours left to see if there's any late contenders, but so far we have 3 international syndicates. At the moment, they're prepping, they're building, they're testing and training. So I thought it'd be great if we could check in to see what the teams are up to. So first, the New York Yacht Club. They held the America's Cup from 1857 till 1983. So a very long time. American Magic. The executive director and skipper Terry Hutchinson sadly couldn't be with us here today, but he has left us this message.
Greetings from Bristol, Rhode Island in the American Magic boat building facility. As you can see, there's been plenty going on here between construction of Boat 1 and the launch of our Mule, our test boat, and the announcement of our innovation partner Airbus. Things are flat out with American Magic. I wish I could be with everybody tonight in Monaco to mark this great event and really the announcement of the Prada Cup and the selection series. As we all know, to win the America's Cup, you first have to win the Prada Cup and defeat all the challengers on that path. And so it's a very exciting time for the America's Cup, and it's a very exciting time for the Prada Cup. In 2019, American Magic's really looking forward to the launch of Boat 1. We're looking forward to getting into the competitors' racings in the AC-75 and the excitement that lays ahead with that. I can assure you from what we've learned thus far with our Mule, when you scale this thing up to real life, it's going to be an unbelievable ride.
Oh, it already looks very beautiful, doesn't it? Well, the Americans' original competitors and the original holders of the old mug, the Royal Yacht Squadron, they created the competition, but they still haven't won it yet. But I know that's something that INEOS Team UK head, Sir Ben Ainsley, is desperately trying to change.
It's been a really busy summer for INEOS Team UK, launching our test boat T5 back in June, getting that out on the water here in the Solent, and learning a huge amount about this new concept of boat. So it's been really important from a design perspective, but also from a sailing perspective to see how this boat handles and performs. And then alongside that, we've been out racing on the GC32 Tour, which is a 32-foot foiling multi-hull. And that's great competition for us to go out and race against some really strong teams, to be able to rotate some of our sailing squad through in different positions and try and keep everybody race sharp with a view to racing in America's Cup World Series next year. We've had some really positive signings come into the sailing team this year. We've had Ian Jensen, Luke Parkinson and Chris Brittle from Artemis Racing, and Joey Newton and Graham Spence from Oracle Team USA. And we've got a lot of young sailors that came through, like Neil Hunter, who won the Youth America's Cup, and Bledin Mon, who just competed the Volvo Ocean Race. And as you'd expect, their professionalism and skill set is coming to the fore, and they're bonding really well with our existing team who've come through from AC-35. T5, our test boat, has been a really good tool for the whole team, actually. Not just the designers, but also the engineers, the boat builders that are maintaining and operating that boat day in, day out. And of course, for us as sailors, being out there on the water, seeing how the boat performs and operates, it's really an invaluable tool as we finalise the design for our first race boat. A lot of work going on behind the scenes to make that possible.
And I'm sure you know what's coming. Finally, but definitely not least, the challenger of record, Luna Rossa Challenge from Italy. They have been trying to win the America's Cup since 2000. I'm sure we all remember it, when they got all the way, winning the Challengers Selection Series, and then they went and took on the Kiwis in the home turf, and then they fell short at the very last hurdle. But we've seen their dedication and determination since. So please, put your hands together, give a very big, warm welcome for Team Director and Skipper, Max Serena.
Hi, good
Hi,
evening.
Max. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, thanks. It's a
I
pleasure
won't
to be here.
insult you this time on stage, like in cows. How's things going since then?
We made some progress. There is a lot to do in the next couple of years, and yeah, I mean it's pretty emotional. It's pretty excited the moment we're gonna have ahead, and I think we have few video and few people actually get in touch with us shortly.
Oh, okay. But you're going to show us something first.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure it's clear for everyone, especially the new guys. We are not in this cup to make an attempt. This cup is not a rehearsal for future race. This cup is not 3 years from now. This cup will be won in the now. We will push our limits, and we're gonna win this cup every day. This cup will be our obsession, our dream, our blessing, our course. This cup will be our everything. Every day, every night, every hour, every second. This cup will be our family for the next 3 years. We are Luna Rossa, and we are Challenger. For now.
Challenges for now. While you're here in Monaco, having a nice time, I know that your team are working very hard in Cagliari. So what has been on the schedule for today?
Well, we should ask Jimmy. Are you there?
Hang on.
Ciao, Max. Buonasera.
Jimmy Spittle and Nicholas Brezzi. That's kind of weird. So you're actually in Cagliari, but you're actually not. You're here with...
Are you here with us or are you there? Where are you?
Jimmy, what...
No, Max, while you're having champagne, we're over here working at the base.
I wish to swap with you, mate, to be honest.
Why do you want to get hard at work? So, Jimmy, can you explain to us where you're stood right now? Because we have a very strange kind of hologram of you.
Yeah, we're at our team base in Cagliari. We just had a great day out on the water. As Max knows, another day in paradise down here. Sun is shining, beautiful breeze. And yeah, we're looking forward to another great day tomorrow.
And stood next to you, also in beautiful hologram form, is Nicholas Brezzi. Nicholas, can you explain how you came to be on the team?
Hi, everybody. Actually, I came in the team throughout a test, the test of the new generation. And when I knew that they were testing guys for the team, I just went for it. I wrote an email, then they checked my CV. They called me, and I think that my birthday, Pietro Sibello called me and told me, do you want to come in Cagliari and do the test? I said, yes. And so I went for it, and it was a lifetime chance. And fortunately, I got it, and so here I am.
Yeah, amazing. And Jimmy, you, I think, started the America's Cup, competing in the America's Cup in 2000, and then you were the youngest skipper at the time to win it in 2010 at 31. So how important is it to have that mix of young blood and experience?
Oh, it's very, very important. You know, I think you need a real balance of people that have been there and competed before, and you really need some new energy. And I think when you look at sport in general, we're really seeing that age kind of go down. And Nick and all of the young guys we've got at Luna Rossa are really have blown me away. They're great athletes, got a great attitude, and work hard. So it's an exciting time.
And Nicholas, finally, you started sailing very young, but then you ended up competing as a rower. And I've seen you
Yes, that's right.
do a ridiculous deadlift on Instagram. So what physical skills do you bring, and what skills do you bring to the team with the experience of competing as a rower?
I think the best skill, the more important maybe, is the mentality to go beyond fatigue and beyond stress. I think that's the most important, and also being part of a big team, a team like Luna Rossa. Yes.
Well, Max, you're desperate to get back to work, so why don't you try and dive through that and see if you can get to Cagliari? No, don't. Is there anything you'd like to say to them before we let them get back to work?
Well, as I said, I would like to swap with them and be there and go out sailing tomorrow. But the funny thing by hearing Nicolas, I was the youngest guy when I joined the first time in Luna Rossa, and now I'm actually the oldest guy. And the funny thing is, every morning when, well, let's say 4 days per week when I'm in the gym, it's funny because these guys, they push me pretty hard to push always to the limit, and every day I'm more and more destroyed physically. So I don't know how long it's gonna last.
It's you who mentioned age this time, not me. So don't blame me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, I got that.
Well, we'll let you guys get on. Thank you so much for joining us. I have never, ever interviewed anybody through a hologram before, but it looks, and you guys look amazing. So thank you. Please give a round of applause to Jimmy and Nicholas.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Boys.
That was quite cool, right? That's the first time I've actually seen it. It was amazing. That's the future of events and television. Like, nobody will be on stage anymore. We'll just see it in an amazing hologram. Well, we've heard from the teams, so how about we hear from the organizers? Because we also have a very special announcement for another partner that's coming on board tonight. So please put your hands together for the marketing director, Mirko Grozner of the Prada Cup. Hello, Mirko. That was good,
real.
right?
I'm real, Charlie. I'm
You
sorry.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you can touch
This is
me.
confusing.
Okay. Sorry.
So Mirko, would you like to... I'll let you announce the title partner, because tonight we all had, well, I didn't, but everybody had a beautiful glass of champagne. Yeah?
Yeah, and the title partner is actually Prada, as we all know. But we're very privileged and very happy to welcome Maison Moum as our new champagne partner, official champagne partner, to the 36 America's Cup, and obviously all the events, the World Series events, and the Prada Cup.
Maison Moum.
You can't go wrong with a good champagne.
And that was the beautiful champagne that you were all drinking earlier. And to tell us more, please put your hands together for the Global Marketing Director, Pierre Berard. Nice to meet you, Pierre. Oh, thanks. I don't think that's for me.
Thank you. We can exchange. All right. Yeah, we need to wait until the end of the performance so that we can start drinking champagne anyway.
Mirko, you have to stand there now, holding the Magnum. Share it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mirko. Pierre, can you tell us what the motivation was behind Maison Moum, behind Moum joining the 36 America's Cup and the Prada Cup?
First, I have to say we're absolutely thrilled to be the partner of the America's Cup and the Prada Cup in the years to come. You've probably seen the Champagne Moum in many different occasions, celebrating the victory of great sporting events. And, you know, what better event than the America's Cup, right? There is probably less than a handful of events in the world that really stop the world, that everybody is looking and longing for it, and it's one of them. So for us, it's a real proud to be the partner of the America's Cup.
So what is it about the 36th edition that attracted you, and what do you think you'll see? Because you've come back after a while.
Exactly. Actually, it's we're coming back to the America's Cup. If you remember well, we were actually the sponsor in actually quite an epic,
was it?
Yeah, an epic one, right?
1983,
where John Bertrand and the Australia team actually won the challenge to the American team. So that was an historical moment. It's a great moment for us to be part of that. So we're happy that we had the chance to come back. So it's great for us. Sailing, I mean, in sailing, we're also involved in many different races. I mean, recently, for example, if you can see, Francis Joyon celebrated his victory with a bottle of Moum at the end of the Route du Rhum. So we've been doing, sailing for quite a long time. So for us, it's a great platform because it's very close to what we stand for. As you say, with passion in the making, in what you make, pushing the limits to make the best of the product, to best the best of the moment that we share with people is really what we are at Maison Moum. So it's very, very common sense for us to be a partner with the America's Cup.
We're very glad. And Pierre, finally, can you share with us maybe what you have planned and what some activities that you have coming up?
But the activity is actually in the making because we are starting today. We are going to have like a great amount of activities between now and 2021 in New Zealand for the big events. But we'll be present in all the events and actually starting in October next year in Sardinia. That's pretty exciting. And we'll be welcoming people to celebrate a good moment with a glass of Moum, obviously.
And this evening.
And this evening,
starting
starting
now,
with this evening. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Pierre.
Thank you, Sharon.
Please put your hands together for Pierre and for Mum. Maison
Thank you.
Mum coming on board. Thank you very much, Pierre. Thank you. So many amazing announcements tonight. Well, let's turn our attention then to television and digital. This is my field. This is what I work in. We have like one team that are striving for excellence, the teams on the water. But there's also an amazing team that's striving for excellence on the shore. And how do they bring that racing information onto the shore? I mean, they're going to bring you all the action as it unfolds, all the incredible stories, and we know how powerful that is. And it's constantly changing in broadcast. So I would like to announce the host broadcaster and the race management system. And I'm very, very proud to say that I've worked with these guys on many of those events myself. So please put your hands together from Germany and Austria, Thomas Riedel, Jürgen Eckstein, and Werner Exler from Circle O. Hi, nice to see you. Oh, nice to see you. Hi, Werner. So, Thomas, it's amazing to see that video. Can you tell us how you're going to transform how we as an audience watch the America's Cup?
Absolutely. So far, sports events are produced in a very traditional way. So you have sports, you build an event around, and then cameras filming that. We do this differently. We have a whole holistic way of doing that. And we also want to use technology and innovations to bring that across, because technology and innovations is very much what the America's Cup is about.
And do you mind passing your microphone to Jürgen? Thank you so much. Jürgen, can you kind of talk us through also what attracted you to the America's Cup? Because you're the leaders in this industry.
I think it's the cup itself, and that it's so different to any other sports, and that actually opens up a huge room for innovation in both on the technical and the content way.
Okay. And Werner, lastly, I want to get some insight, okay? So what have you got up your sleeve? Can you tell us a little bit?
When it comes to the actual coverage of the races, we will build on the past, because the coverage in the past was excellent. We will add some more features, like we have an enhanced set of data for live analysis. We will have a new set of cameras for getting closer to the action. We will have as well some new audio setup to really listen into the conversation between the helmsmen and the teams. But beside that, we are not only planning to have a linear broadcast feed, we are planning to have multiple digital feeds as well, with different contents. And these feeds will be used as a second screen application for right holders. These feeds will be used for their own medias of the America's Cup. These feeds can be used also for digital broadcasters, whoever would like to have it. And we are also planning to have multiple content production during the actual race for social media. In a nutshell, we are not only talking about having a linear feed and some social media content, we are talking about having on the same level a linear feed and digital content and social media content.
Wow, because the way we consume content is so different now and it's ever changing. So it's all going to be multi-platform. It sounds absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of insight. Please put your hands together for Circle O, Werner, Jorgen, and Thomas. Thank you very much. Thank you. I can't wait to see what the guys come up with the race information and also bringing us, you know, the athletes' heart rates as well. So we've heard from the teams and we've heard from the organisers. So let's actually get back and hear more about the AC75 class, the concept, the technology, and the competition. So, curtain call for the hologram show of the AC36.
The America's Cup, the oldest trophy in international sport. The past 167 years has seen determined sailors try everything within their power to lay hands on this elusive trophy. Because it's not only the oldest, it's also the hardest to win. We're in the year 1851, and a lone yacht called America sails across the Atlantic towards the south coast of England to compete in the 100 Guinea Cup. In a race around the Isle of Wight, the visiting yacht competes against an armada from Great Britain. America wins going away because of her revolutionary design, and the battle for the America's Cup has begun. The America's Cup is mostly won before the first race begins, and for well over a century, American technology proved superior. For 132 years, the New York Yacht Club ruled the waves. To steal the cup away from the U.S. would take something different in design, something never seen before. And in 1983, the breakthrough came in the form of a wing keel, an underwater weapon that enabled Australia to out-innovate the New York Yacht Club and take the cup away from America. Over the years, the speed of the yachts has accelerated in leaps and bounds. The majestic J-class, the agile 12 meters, the powerful IACC class. An elusive edge in boat speed remains the key ingredient to America's Cup success. And in 2013, the Cup took a massive step forward in speed and technology. The trophy was contested for the first time in large ultra-lightweight multi-hulls, which literally flew out of the water at warp speeds across San Francisco Bay. The result, a regatta which brought one of the great comeback stories in sports history. For the America's Cup in 2017 in Bermuda, the AC-50 catamarans took speed and power to a new dimension, rocketing at speeds approaching 50 knots. In the end, Emirates Team New Zealand scored a resounding victory and took the cup away from the American defenders. So on to the next chapter. Design has always seen periods of evolution, but also times of revolution with radical changes. With that in mind, would it be possible to combine the tradition of monohulls with the thrilling new technology of hydrofoiling? Well, welcome to the AC-75 class, and we're all about to find out. This new class of yacht has the makings to be the most advanced sailing craft ever developed. The perfect combination of advanced hydrodynamics and aerodynamics all rolled up into one. Critical to the success of the AC-75 are the dual-purpose hydrofoils, rotating up and down on giant hinges. The foils lift the boat clear of the water on one tack, and then on the other tack they counterweight to provide stability and raw boat speed. The electric motor is a key feature of the new yacht. As part of humanity's shared drive towards renewable energy, the E-motor provides the necessary power to raise the foils in and out of the water. The E-motor works in tandem with massive hydraulic rams, effectively trimming the hydrofoils to optimum position based on the crew's needs at any given time. Materials like carbon fiber, epoxy resin, and honeycomb. Techniques like sandwich construction, CNC cut componentry, and 3D mold shaping. The techniques and technology used in the construction of these boats are as advanced as anything you will find in the aerospace industry. And what if it were possible to combine the power of a rigid wing sail with the ease of handling of a conventional sail? The new America's Cup yacht is pioneering the development of soft wing technology, which will help revolutionize high-performance sails and sailing. The design and engineering of the foils is one of the most critical elements for speed around the course. CFD, or computational fluid dynamics, is fully implemented by each team to help make critical design decisions. CFD, VPP, FEA, all are acronyms for modern boat design and building software tools integral to the success of these new speedsters. Advanced computing power ensures accurate predictions of the AC-75's engineering and performance long before the boat is even built. Straight line speed is not the only factor. These boats have to be designed and engineered to keep the boats flying through maneuvers and aggressive match race tactics. And don't leave out the fact that Mother Nature will throw everything she has at the boats and crews on the unpredictable Hauraki Gulf. The journey to win the America's Cup begins with the America's Cup World Series, a chance for teams to pit themselves against the competition in the brand new AC-75. It also represents the opportunity for Cup fans to join in when the series goes on tour in 2019 and 2020. Racing culminates with the Prada Cup, the Challenger Selection Series in early 2021 in Auckland, New Zealand. But what exactly is the Prada Cup? The America's Cup is a mysterious competition steeped in history and tradition, one in which the defender of the prestigious trophy will do everything to hold on to it, yet gives challenging teams the opportunity to compete against each other to see who is worthy to race against the defender in the America's Cup match itself. The elimination series is called the Prada Cup. Years of work and lifetimes of dreaming and scheming are on the line, but only one challenging team will earn the chance to take the cup away from the current America's Cup defenders, Emirates Team New Zealand. As a challenger to win the America's Cup, first you have to win the Prada Cup. Challenging teams have emerged from around the world to take up the quest to fight for the Prada Cup and earn a ticket to the America's Cup finals against the defender Emirates Team New Zealand. 3 teams are entered, and more are finalizing their challenges. They represent the world's most established yacht clubs. From Great Britain, INEOS Team UK, the Royal Yacht Squadron, who in 1851 originally awarded what became the America's Cup trophy. Led by sailing's most successful Olympian, Sir Ben Ainslie, this cup cycle represents his second attempt at winning the cup as the man in charge. From the USA, American Magic, representing the New York Yacht Club, which held the cup from 1857 until 1983. The longest winning streak in the history of all sports. Well-funded, highly motivated, American Magic is looking to return the cup to its longtime trophy case at the New York Yacht Club and to return racing to the shores of Newport, Rhode Island. And the challenger of record from Italy, Prada's Luna Rossa Challenge. No stranger to the America's Cup, the Luna Rossa Challenge won the Challenger Trials and competed in the 2000 America's Cup. They have challenged in 3 cup cycles since and are considered major contenders to win the Prada Cup and to go on to the Cup finals against Emirates Team New Zealand. Fully professional teams will battle in a brand new America's Cup era, and it all begins by winning the Prada Cup.
What an incredible story this is. The America's Cup match, a duel between the defender and one challenger.
the winner of the Challenger Selection Series, the Prada Cup. My name is Mark Newson. I've designed everything from suborbital spacecraft to watches. But this is the first time I've had the opportunity to design what I hope will become an icon for the sport of sailing. I wanted to design something that was unique, unconventional, and most importantly, unexpected. My inspiration was flight itself and the concept of weightlessness, because these AC-75s function beyond any conventional notion of sailing. When coming to terms with this challenge, I started to identify a form that was floating above the surface, like these boats that barely touch the water. As you'll see, this trophy is not primarily designed to sit on a shelf, but to be held in the air by the winning team. I'm extremely proud to present the Prada Cup.
Thank you so much, Mark. I'm extremely proud to reveal it in its entirety. So please put your hands together and give a very warm welcome for Mr. Patrizio Bertelli, the CEO of the Prada Group, and also Mr. Lorenzo Bertelli, the head of digital communication at the Prada Group. Come on, both of you. Hi, Lorenzo. Nice to meet you. Ciao, Patrizio. Ciao. It's very secure. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prada Cup